Okay, so hey guys, it's me Feliciel, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about a pretty important topic, which is how to find your source of inspiration. So there's a bunch of different ways to get the inspiration of things, and I thought that condensing everything into one quick video would be really nice and useful for you guys, and also for myself because it's a nice reminder. So I got a list and I will explain to you guys why and how you can use those things to get inspired. Let's go! So I decided that I would divide the different ways of getting inspired into two main sections. The first one being active research of inspiration. In this, I decided to put social media first of all. So maybe you know me because I post my drawings on Instagram pretty much every day, and that's how I share my art, and I decided that I would share my growth with other people. And a bunch of different artists decided to do that as well. So following a lot of different artists, whether it's like illustrators, concept artists, animators, etc., you'll have a very large bank of resources, whether sometimes they do tutorials, sometimes they decide to just showcase their characters or their work. What's nice about Instagram is that there's a pretty large variety of styles, and it's easy to communicate with the person, to ask what materials did they use, how long did it take them, etc. I personally decided to mainly focus on following a bunch of concept artists. I think right now I'm following like over 1,500 people, because that's really, I want to see each day new art in front of me. Maybe I don't retain them as much in my brain, but at least there's a very large amount of art that I see. Then I wanted to talk to you guys about Pinterest, because it's also a very known tool for artists. It's pretty much Google image, but in better. So you research your keyword and you'll have a bunch of images about that keyword. And once you open an image, there's suggestions, and you can pretty much fall down a rabbit hole that way. What I really like about Pinterest is that you can follow people's boards. So I personally really enjoyed Guilty Rabbit Art's Pinterest, because she draws in gouache a lot of like Victorian Renaissance women, and her Pinterest boards are just full of that, and you can see the dresses, the characters, and everything. So that's very nice to see. Check out people's Pinterest boards, because you'll see how they get their references for when they draw. I'll just say two negative things about these methods. So first of all, for Pinterest, it's very criticized, because very easily when people repin your art, very often the source of the artist disappears into thin air. So you'll find this art and you want to redraw it, take some elements, and you can't really reference it because you don't know who made the art. You have no links, you don't, the name changed, somebody deleted the description, changed the website, something like that. And second of all, the main issue with social media in general is that the images are catered to what you like, so what you usually research, etc. And that means that you're never really challenged and you don't go out of your comfort zone. If you draw pretty girls, well, you'll only see images of pretty girls. So really, don't only use social media as sources of inspiration. Then I put in subcategory 2, physical arts. So what I mean by this, I didn't really know how to name it. It's pretty much magazines and museums. So magazines are amazing, really. Subscribe to one of them, there's a bunch of different ones. And you'll see each month or each season or each week, usually it's each season, a book with a huge range of different arts. So maybe sometimes they link it to like a certain theme. So for example, this season the theme was water or something. This is really random. And you'll see a bunch of different artists doing paintings that are related to that theme, and you'll see how differently it's interpreted. I personally have this subscription to this magazines that is French, and it's called Les Arts Dessinés, and it's very, very good, but I really recommend you to look if whatever country you're coming from, if you don't have a good magazine for art. Then you can also find magazines without being like subscriptions, but like books, I guess. So I have a bunch of these too. So I have anatomy books, I have sculpture books, I have books about perspective, etc. Those will really teach you things. It's more like manuals, like school, where it's teaching you methods and things, but you can always also learn so much from it and get inspired. Or very often in museums, in the art shop, you'll have books of collections of the art of said painter or artist. So I personally have one about Mucha, which is my all-time favorite artist. And you get to see all the different things that they did. So Mucha is pretty known for like the posters for like events or stuff like that. And then you can see his sketches, and you can also see that he did a lot of package design. So it's really nice to see those different things. What I recommend about magazine is that you see things that you don't necessarily enjoy, because it's a huge amount of art and it's not specific to a style, for example, often. And that means that you can study the color, the presentation, the composition, and if it's a piece that you like, ask yourself, why do you like it? Because you probably didn't know the artist before. So that's also very interesting to do. For museums, it's also very good to go there because, first of all, it makes you go outside, meet people, and like you're supporting museums by giving money for your ticket or something like that, so that's always good. And museums are actually very nice because it's usually about a specific artist that did a breakthrough or like an art movement. What's nice is to see why did it do better than some other random guy in the street, you know. So maybe you can learn from that. And anyways, museums are always nice. It's a nice vibe and everything. So maybe it'll get you in the mood of getting inspired and drawing or painting or whatever you do. So number 3 is pictures. So on your phone, you usually take pictures of events, friends, family members, places, colors, objects, you name it. And usually taking a picture is like doing an effort, taking your phone out, opening the picture app and taking it. So there's always a little reason why you took it, whether it's just for reminding yourself of some random thing or that you thought that this place was particularly pretty. So I always like to go through my old pictures because sometimes like, oh, this is a nice place that I could draw maybe one day. So go through your pictures and maybe you'll feel inspired and want to draw some of them. And it's always nice, makes you a little nostalgic. And maybe you'll notice that you have kind of like a theme going on in your pictures where it's always the same type of places or things that you seem attracted to take pictures of. So that's also maybe nice to explore. And then the second part of how to get inspired is the passive sources of inspiration. So it's not when you're actually physically thinking about wanting to get inspired. That's usually what I find to work most. Like it gives you a vibe, a mood, how to get into the vibe of doing art. So first of all, as you can probably tell by my decoration, I'm really into having a nice room, workplace, because it brings you a mood. It sets you in a mindset. So I really enjoy having prints on my wall. So this is actually a calendar, but I find that it's really pretty. I have, since today, plants here, and like some decoration on top that you don't see. But yeah, you should really have a place that feels nice and comfortable. I especially enjoy having prints up my wall or paintings because that's art that I know that I enjoy. I spent money to own it. So having it on my wall is kind of like a vision board in a way of what I want my art to maybe feel like. I want to give that sensation to other people of having this nice decoration, this nice thing to see. And I feel like from any artwork, you can always take something out of it. So if you actually question yourself, you're like, oh, this thing, well, I actually like the shape of this object, or I really like how there's the stars that are like on top of the mountains and the composition is interesting, or the brush stroke, or anything. Then different art forms help a lot, I find. So whether that's music, movies, books, you name it. Music can give you a certain feeling and maybe will make you want to make a drawing out of it. movies as well. There's a lot of fan art for a reason. So there's a bunch of different things you can actually take from other art forms and bring it to yours. And finally, I want to talk about daily life. So I find that in the daily life, there's a bunch of things that are designed, like they actually paid an artist to design it, and we just overlook it. So maybe you can think, well, why did this trolley look nice? And this is a very famous trolley that everybody buys. Why is it good? Why do I like it? The colors is nice. It's pretty matte and wide, and it makes a nice art trolley. Same for food packaging. Maybe you're like, why did I buy this one and not the other one? If you just ignore the price. Well, maybe it had nice packaging, colors, font, text, something. There's always something to take out of it. And it's kind of the same for an ad that you just walk through the street. Why did you actually remember that ad? Because maybe there was this image that was very impactful. Why was it impactful? It's all about questioning yourself. Why do certain things actually go through your mind and others just fly by? So that's pretty much it. I really wanted to do this video to help those that are kind of in a creative rut, because I know how it is. And here's some little different ways to get inspired, and I really hope that it was useful. Please tell me if it was, because I really hope so. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I am also wanting to announce that I am going to try and pick up the pace for YouTube, because I've been trying to upload every Monday for the past probably month, and I'm really happy with myself because I only did one slip up, and I find that that's actually like making me happy because I really enjoy doing this. Because not only am I thinking about things when I do the scripts, but I like talking to a camera and I really have fun editing videos. And I think that I could maybe try and challenge myself to do 2 videos a week. So I'd be probably posting some random talking video like this a certain time of the week, and on the other time of the week a studio vlog, because I want to do that more as well, because I find them very fun to watch and fun to do. So yeah. Anyways, that's all for all my chatting. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like if you like, and subscribe to my channel because I'm trying to be very consistent now. I also have a Twitch channel that you can see in my description, and an Instagram that I'm trying to post every single day. So yeah, normally you shouldn't be missing me too much. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and see you next time. Tschüss!